Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're having a very good day. You guys know the drill. I have annotations at the bottom, so feel free to click on any of the links to jump to that specific review. I also have a link for my thoughts on the BBC series Pride and Prejudice, as well as the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. I've been kind of going on a Pride and Prejudice kind of taking over my life. Yeah, which is fine. It's good. Anyways, guys, let's get started with the book reviews. Along for the Ride by Sarah Dessen. First of all, guys, I have no idea who these two characters are because they are nothing like the characters in the book, so I don't know what that's all about. The bike is quite accurate though. Anyways, so our main character is Auden, and she is very academic oriented. She's familiar with books and learning and doing homework. Her social life kind of fell by the wayside, and she realizes this even more when her brother Hollis, who is backpacking in Europe, meeting different people, experiencing worldly things, he sends over a gift of a picture frame with him obviously in it. Well, on the picture frame it says "the best of time." And that's when Auden realizes that she didn't really have any memorable moments during high school. Auden, who's graduated from high school, who is starting university in the fall, this summer is her last chance to make some memories and to experience things that she missed out on. That's when she decides to visit her dad, stepmother, and her new baby stepsister at the beach. So that's pretty much where the plot takes off. Let's talk about the characters next. I would say the characters, definitely at the beginning, their personality and character traits kind of fell on the extreme side of the spectrum, and at first that kind of made them one-dimensional. We have Auden's dad, who had his 15 minutes of fame when he published a book, and after that his career kind of fell by the wayside, and ever since he's been trying to get back in the game. But Auden's dad is so invested in his work and his writing that he's oblivious to everything else around him. Anything uncomfortable or touchy-feely or anything that he's not good at, he kind of shuts out and he leaves the problems to other people to deal with, and so that's not good. He was kind of a jerk throughout most of the book, which kind of sucked. And then we have Auden's mom, who's living the single life. She's having swanky dinner parties, having undergrads come and stroke her ego. She's quite satisfied in her career at the moment. She's up on top, but she's very judgmental also. She kind of has a specific view of women and how they should be and act, and if you're not this certain way, you're kind of just embarrassing yourself, which kind of made me angry. Yeah, Auden's mom was definitely a piece of work. And then we have Auden, who kind of takes after both her mom and dad. Taking after her mom, she kind of has the same views and opinions of women, but she definitely wasn't as judgmental as her. As she spent more time on the beach and getting to know her stepmother and these girls at the boutique, she starts to realize that they are more than how they look or what they like or what they do. Taking after her dad, anything she's unfamiliar or uncomfortable with, she completely shuts down, shuts everyone out, and kind of focuses on what she's familiar with and what she knows and what she's good at, and that's studying and reading. But unlike her dad, she does have compassion for other people. She does sympathize with those surrounding her. So Auden's family, with the exception of Hollis, they were quite disagreeable, kind of unlikable at the beginning of the book, and I think that was maybe done so their transformation and character development was more drastic. Overall, I liked how the characters were not what they seem. Next, let's talk about the plot. I really like the time span of the book. We have the whole summer to get to know Auden and see her change over the summer, see her meet different people, see her experience things that she hasn't done before. There were a lot of sweet moments, a lot of fun moments. You know, there was a really good balance between relationships and family drama, self-discovery, friendships. I really liked how Sarah Dessen kind of covered all of those aspects, and having the whole summer you could really get into it and really kind of develop it, which was really good. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give Along for the Ride 4 stars out of 5. I really like this book. The more I thought about the book, the more I really liked it. I really liked the character development and change with all of the characters, and of course the bike riding, the bicycle, great metaphor throughout the book. Very nice. Next, guys, I want to talk about Amy and Roger's epic detour, and this is by Morgan Matson. So our main character is Amy. She lost her father in a car accident, and she hasn't been comfortable driving ever since. And to start fresh, her mother decides to move the family from California to Connecticut. That's where Roger comes in. He's the designated driver to get Amy to Connecticut. Amy's mom kind of created this itinerary of where to go, where to stop, where to stay at hotels, and it's kind of boring and kind of uninteresting interesting. So Amy and Roger go on some epic detours, and that's where the plot kind of takes off. So first, let's talk about the characters. We have Amy and Roger. I thought Amy was very realistic and relatable. I really felt for her. I sympathized with her. She actually reacted very realistically to her situation, her reaction to her father's death, how it really affected her. And as the story progressed, we see Amy come to terms with her father's death. But it's not a sad, heavy book. There are lighthearted, fun moments. Amy herself, she's a very smart, level-headed, down-to-earth person. Very funny and fun, which is really good. Next, guys, Roger, who's very sweet and gentleman-like. Yeah, he was very courteous to Amy and everything she was dealing with. You know, I can't really think of any flaws about Roger. No, he was pretty cute. Roger, for the most part, was a very likable character. Next, guys, let's talk about the plot of Amy and Roger's epic detour. I really enjoyed it a whole lot. Throughout the novel, there are pictures of receipts and photographs that Amy has taken, and you were like there. I was there with Amy and Roger, kind of in the backseat, observing everything, which is a lot of fun. That kind of pulled you into the story even more, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I want to go to all these places. Especially freaked out when they had to go on the loneliest road ever. I would have been freaked out. You know, of course, in the plot, Amy and Roger are forced into kind of awkward situations with sleeping arrangements, which was always funny. Very cute. Road trip stories are a lot of fun. Let me just say that. I wanted to go on a road trip after reading this book. Also, I really like the writing. I love how different parts of the road trip is broken up within the chapters. It was kind of written like a movie. There's little snippets of moments of them having fun and getting to know each other, which was very good. Yeah, so with that being said, guys, I'm going to give Amy and Roger's epic detour 4.5 out of 5. I love the hijinks and the shenanigans that Amy and Roger get into. I really like the heavy aspects of the book a lot surrounding Amy and her past and her family. I thought that was a very identifiable aspect in the book. I really liked it. Next, guys, I want to talk about the Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. Our main character is Hadley, and she misses her flight by 4 minutes. It's insane. She was supposed to be on a flight to London to attend her father's wedding. He is getting remarried to a woman who lives in London. She has to wait till her next flight, and in doing so, she meets up with Oliver. That's pretty much where the plot takes off. Let's talk about the characters, guys. We have Hadley, our main character. She is quite bitter. She's a bitter person, and I do not blame her. It's very understandable. She's kind of forced in her mind to be in this awkward situation, be a bridesmaid at her father's wedding, and she doesn't really know this woman at all. So she kind of has this automatic disdain for this woman. She really doesn't want to go to this wedding, and so at the beginning of the book, I didn't really like her all that much. I understood her feelings and her bitterness, but it was very automatic and kind of cliched that this woman is the evil stepmother, and so I have to hate her. Next, guys, let's talk about Oliver, the boy she meets at the airport. Oliver is fun and funny. He teases her a lot, but Oliver really wasn't in the book a whole lot. There was quite a mystery surrounding his character. Next, guys, let's talk about the plot. Like I said, Oliver wasn't really a main character in this book. The story really focuses on Hadley and her relationship with her father. Hadley is dealing with the separation of her parents and having this fear that her father is going to leave her and her mother behind. I really like that aspect of the book. But I was really hoping for a sweet, gushy romance. I was really hoping to like Oliver like I love Etienne, but he wasn't really swoon-worthy all that much. I know, you know, carrying suitcases is very nice, but he's no Mr. Darcy. Yeah, I know. Expectations, you know? And I thought the time span of the book is 24 hours. It is short, and I felt it was just too short to really get into the story. We don't really delve deep into Oliver's character. We really get to know Hadley and her family situation and her father, which I really liked. But again, I was really hoping for that romance. I was hoping for more of a deeper relationship between the two. You know, obviously that's difficult within a 24-hour period, and I really thought that was going to address the insta-love, but it didn't really do it all that much because the romance and the relationship aspect wasn't the main focus of the book. So the cover and the title was kind of misleading a little bit. I don't know. And although there's no insta-love, I thought there was kind of an insta-forgiveness a little bit. I won't get into what that means, but yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to give the Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight 3 out of 5 stars. What I liked about this book was this unexpected focus on Hadley's relationship with her father and how she was dealing with the divorce between her mother and her father. What I was expecting and was hoping for though was the relationship between Oliver and Hadley. Yes, I wanted it to be longer than 24 hours. I was expecting a lot more. I'm so sad. Anyways guys, let's talk about Pride and Prejudice. I bet you clicked on this annotation first, didn't you? I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. First of all guys, I want to talk about Pride and Prejudice, the BBC miniseries with Colin Firth and Jennifer Ale. Is that how you say it? I hope so. I thought it was just lovely. I thought Jennifer made an excellent Elizabeth Bennet. I thought she was stunning. I thought she was really beautiful in the role. Of course, her family, Lydia, Mrs. Bennet, Jane, they all portrayed their characters very well. Colin Firth was very nice to look at. Yeah, he was great. He was Mr. Darcy. And the setting was beautiful. The houses were great. What I really like about the miniseries is that we found out a lot more about Caroline Bingley and Mr. Wickham. We got more into their character arcs and their motives, especially with Mr. Wickham. In the BBC miniseries, I kind of felt bad for Mr. Wickham and Lydia's character. Although they're kind of made for each other, I still feel bad for their whole situation. But good on Jane and Elizabeth. Overall, I really liked how the miniseries really captured a lot of aspects of Jane Austen's novel. Next guys, I want to talk about the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. It's very cute, very fun. I don't love it like how a lot of people love it. You know, I love the idea of a modern day interpretation and adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. But I was kind of weirded out by the vlogging format, where vlogging is kind of spontaneous and unexpected, whereas a scripted adaptation of Pride and Prejudice is kind of not. So it was kind of weird. I've read Pride and Prejudice, so I know where the story is going. So vlogging where Lizzie is kind of telling you what's happened, I'd rather see it happen instead of being told what's happening, because I already know what happens. My favorite episode was when Jane and Mr. Bingley were kind of talking, doing a kind of video letter to Charlotte, and I thought that was a lot of fun, and it was more a in the moment and instead of being said, they were making googly eyes and having sweetness between each other. You saw it between them, and it was very cute and sweet. So overall, a lot of fun. I love the characterization, how all of them kind of portrayed their characters. Lydia is hilarious. What? Jane is very sweet and quiet and very nice. As they hold off showing Mr. Darcy, you know, the higher the expectations will become of who they choose. It'll be good times. Anyways guys, that is everything. This is a super long video. I went through a memory card and a half. That's insane. I should plan these more. That's what happens when you procrastinate. You don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, I hope these reviews were helpful, guys. I will talk to you later and have a good one. Bye. And I did my book haul and I'm very excited for it, so we will see that on August 1st, hopefully, if I can edit this fast enough and record fast enough. Okay.